Hello, my friend. Before we begin, I want to invite you to take a deep breath. Yes, right now. Inhale gently and exhale even slower, because what I'm about to share with you isn't urgent. It's not a quick tip or a breakthrough cure. It's something quieter, something that moves at the pace of real life and real healing. I'm Dr. Edward Thompson. I've spent over 35 years walking alongside people, especially those over 50, who are navigating this next chapter of life. Some come in with questions, others with pain, but all of them, just like you, are searching for something deeper than information. They want a path, a practice, a way to come back to themselves. And often it starts with something as humble as a cup of tea. Yes, tea. I know it doesn't sound revolutionary, but in a world obsessed with pills, promises, and quick fixes, a single cup of tea can feel like an act of quiet rebellion, a way of saying I don't need more noise. I need something that helps me listen to my body, to my mind, to my life. Why the small things matter after 50? You know, aging doesn't knock on the door with a dramatic entrance. It's subtle, steady, almost polite. It's the ache in your knee that lingers a little longer. The weight around your belly that creeps in despite eating the same meals. The way you feel foggy after lunch. Or anxious at night for no clear reason. These aren't signs that something's wrong. They're signs that your body is asking for a new kind of care. After 50, the rules change. Your liver detoxifies more slowly, your insulin becomes less effective, your blood vessels stiffen, and your heart works a little harder. Low-grade inflammation becomes the background music of your cells. But here's the hopeful part. Your body is breaking down, it's just evolving. And what it needs now isn't discipline or punishment. It needs nourishment, stillness, and support. And that's where tea, the right kind of tea, can begin to play a gentle but powerful role. Cinnamon tea, your pancreas' quiet ally. Let me introduce you to Helen. She's 67, lively eyes, big laugh. She has type 2 diabetes and has been managing it for over 15 years. One day she said to me, "Doc, I'm not brave enough to stop my meds, but I want to feel like I'm part of my healing, not just watching numbers on a screen." We talked, and she started drinking cinnamon tea every morning. Nothing fancy, just one cup. 3 weeks later, she told me, "I feel steadier, my stomach feels lighter, and I don't get that desperate craving after lunch anymore." Cinnamon contains cinnamaldehyde and polyphenols that can improve insulin sensitivity and slow down how quickly the stomach empties after meals. This means less sugar hits your blood at once and your pancreas doesn't panic. Over time, it can also help reduce visceral fat, the kind wrapped around your organs, silently interfering with your metabolism. But here's the thing, it's not just the spice that matters. It's the ritual of waking up, brewing something warm, and telling your body, "I'm on your side." Turmeric plus black pepper, the anti-inflammation duo. Now picture this. You've just had a big dinner, maybe fried chicken, creamy pasta, or rich barbecue. It was delicious, but now you feel weighed down, sluggish, bloated. You want to lie on the couch and do nothing, but instead you pause. You brew a cup of turmeric tea, a pinch of black pepper, a splash of lemon, a slow stir. This tea isn't just colorful, it's medicine in disguise. Turmeric's active ingredient, curcumin, is one of the most well-studied anti-inflammatory compounds in natural medicine. But curcumin is hard to absorb on its own. That's where black pepper's piperine steps in. It enhances absorption by over 2,000%. Together, they help reduce inflammation, support liver detox, aid digestion, and may improve cholesterol levels and belly fat metabolism. Michael, one of my longtime patients, was skeptical at first. But after 2 months of drinking turmeric pepper tea after dinner, his fatty liver numbers improved. And more importantly, he told me I don't feel like food controls me anymore. That's the power of listening and supporting, not punishing your body. Chamomile, the nervous system whisperer. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever woken up at 3 a.m., mind racing, heart beating fast, and couldn't fall back asleep? That's not just insomnia. That's your nervous system asking for help. Chamomile tea doesn't knock you out. It soothes. It contains apigenin, which binds to the GABA receptors in your brain, the same receptors targeted by anti-anxiety medication, but in a much gentler, natural way. It helps lower cortisol, your stress hormone, especially in the evening hours when it often spikes for people over 50. Marie, 65, told me once, I used to dread bedtime. Now I look forward to it. That tea feels like a blanket for my mind. And science backs her up. Clinical trials show chamomile can improve sleep quality, latency, and even daytime mood in older adults. But again, it's not just the tea. It's the moment before bed, the slowing down, the message you send your body. It's safe now. You can rest. Dandelion tea. The silent janitor of the body. There's a reason I love dandelion tea. It's not flashy. It's not trending on social media, but it gets the job done like a quiet janitor that shows up when everyone else is asleep. Dandelion supports both the liver and the kidneys, two organs that carry enormous responsibility for detoxification, fluid balance, and fat processing. It's rich in inulin, a prebiotic fiber that feeds the good bacteria in your gut, which in turn supports better immune function, mood, and metabolism. A warm cup of dandelion tea after dinner helps the body clear out the clutter. Bloating, water retention, slow digestion. These begin to soften. Think of it like sweeping your internal house each night. No fanfare, just quiet, gentle support. Mulberry leaf, the blood sugar guardian. Here's one that most people have never heard of, but it's become one of my favorites. Mulberry leaf tea. It contains a compound called 1-deoxynitroglycine, or DNJ, which slows the breakdown and absorption of carbohydrates in your intestines. This means your blood sugar rises more gradually after a meal, preventing spikes, crashes, and cravings. Bill, 58, had borderline blood sugar levels. He wasn't ready for medication, but he knew change was needed. We kept his meals the same but added mulberry tea after lunch every day. After 3 months, his HbA1c dropped from 6.1 to 5.7, just enough to avoid medication. But more importantly, he said, I feel even. No more energy roller coasters, and that's worth everything. Insulin leaf tea, nature's mimic. This one comes from India. It's known locally as the insulin plant. Its leaves contain compounds that mimic insulin action in the body, helping move glucose into cells more efficiently. While human studies are still limited, I've seen real-world improvements in my patients who combine this tea with daily walking, stable meals, and regular sleep. Lon, 60, is one of them. She told me I used to feel scared checking my numbers. Now I feel curious, like I'm part of the process again. And that shift from fear to ownership is one of the most powerful parts of healing. Hibiscus, the heart's ruby companion. Now let's talk about beauty, not the kind you see in a mirror, but the kind your body feels when it's finally in balance. Hibiscus tea is one of the most beautiful drinks you can make. deep red, art, and tangy. It almost looks too pretty to be medicinal. But don't be fooled by its looks. Hibiscus is rich in anthocyanins, plant pigments that help relax blood vessels, lower blood pressure, and reduce oxidative stress on the heart. It also acts as a mild diuretic, easing fluid retention, especially common in older adults and postmenopausal women. I remember one woman, Julia, 62. She had always struggled with puffy ankles and borderline hypertension. We added hibiscus tea each afternoon, just 1 cup around 3 or 4 p.m. A few weeks later, she said, "My rings fit again. I feel less tight, like I can move more easily." Sometimes that's all it takes, a little more space in the body so your heart doesn't have to work quite so hard. Green tea, the ally for graceful aging. Let me ask you this. What's one thing you could do each morning to wake up with intention? For many of my patients, the answer is green tea. It contains EGCG, a catechin that supports fat oxidation, improves metabolic rate, and helps protect your blood vessels from aging-related damage. It's been studied for everything from cancer prevention to brain health, and while no tea is magic, green tea earns its reputation. But more than that, it's a ritual. Harold, 68, reads the newspaper each morning with a cup of green tea. He told me it helps me ease into the day, not rush, just begin with clarity. I love that. Because healing isn't always about changing your life. Sometimes it's about changing the way you begin your morning. Ginger plus lemon, a morning reset. Now, this next tea is my personal favorite. Not because it's trendy or powerful, but because it's cleansing, honest, and simple. Ginger warms the stomach and stimulates gentle peristalsis, helping you digest, eliminate, and feel light. Lemon supports liver function and alkalizes the body after sleep. Together, they awaken your system without caffeine, stabilize your gut, and offer a refreshing clarity that coffee can't always match. Many of my patients who struggle with morning fatigue or poor digestion have replaced their second cup of coffee with ginger lemon tea. They tell me they feel more awake, not more wired. And that's the difference. You don't need to stimulate your body into performance. You just need to support it as it wakes. Ritual before results. Why the way you drink tea matters. Let's step back for a moment because this isn't just about herbs and health benefits. It's about how you relate to your body. It's about taking 10 minutes each day to say, "I'm here, I'm listening, I'm choosing to care." So here's a simple tea ritual I often share with patients. 1. Choose your tea, not the best one, but the one you need that day. Energy digestion. Sleep support. Boil the water slowly. Let yourself be present with the sound. 3. Steep mindfully. As the herbs infuse the water, imagine them infusing your body. 4. Sit while you drink. No screens, no chores. Just sit, breathe, receive. 5. Before your first sip, whisper something kind to yourself. I am not broken. I am allowed to rest. I am worthy of care. This isn't about perfection. It's about presence. Quick Q&A, the questions I hear most. Q. Can tea replace my medication? No. Tea is a support, not a substitute. But many patients find that consistent tea habits paired with healthy meals and movement help stabilize their numbers and reduce the need for medication adjustments over time. Q. How many cups per day is safe? A 1 to 2 cups per tea type is enough. You can rotate different teas based on time of day, for example. Morning ginger lemon or green tea. After lunch, mulberry or cinnamon. Evening chamomile dandelion hibiscus. Can I mix herbs in 1 cup? A yes, but do it with intention. Combining ginger and turmeric is great. Cinnamon and mulberry work well too. Avoid overloading. Let each ingredient speak. Q, what if I don't like the taste? That's okay. Try adding a slice of lemon, a cinnamon stick, or a few mint leaves. This isn't about forcing yourself, it's about finding a version that brings you joy. How to choose the right tea for you. If you're wondering where to begin, try this. Struggle with blood sugar, cinnamon or mulberry. Need help sleeping, chamomile. Feeling bloated or sluggish, dandelion or ginger lemon. Worried about heart health, hibiscus or green tea. Chronic inflammation or joint pain, turmeric plus black pepper. Want to feel calm, centered, grounded, chamomile or hibiscus. Your needs may shift each day. That's okay. Choose your tea the way you choose your outfit based on how you feel and where you're going. Closing thoughts. A cup, a pause, a promise. If you've made it this far, I want you to know something important. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not broken. You are in a season of rediscovery, and that is a beautiful place to be. Every time you brew tea, you create a moment to come home to your body, your breath, your being. You remind yourself, my health matters. My peace matters. I matter. It's not about fixing what's wrong. It's about feeding what's right. If this resonated with you, if any part of what I shared today made you breathe a little deeper, or smile, or feel seen, I invite you to subscribe to this channel, not just to hear more from me, but to keep walking this path together gently, intentionally, and with deep care. And next time you hold a warm cup of tea in your hands, I hope you remember you're not just drinking herbs, you're drinking wisdom. You're drinking a promise that you will not abandon yourself anymore. Thank you for being here with me. And always remember, living long isn't just about adding years, it's about going deeper, living with meaning and finding peace along the way.